Well, good morning, everyone. Hopefully my sound is all right. It looks like it's a bit hot. There we go. Is that better? Just want to check. It looked like it was up there. Maybe it's too low now. It's good. Awesome. How's everyone doing? It's Tuesday after the long weekend. Long weekend here in Calgary. It's a long weekend every weekend because we don't have Morning Motivator on Mondays. However, it was a long weekend here in Canada. It's a different holiday in every province. It's Heritage Day here in Alberta. It's just a nice day off. Had a wonderful trip up to Edmonton to visit friends of ours and had a great time. Where is everybody this morning? I think they forget that because we're not here Monday that we are here Tuesday. I don't know. We're going to have to do something about that. We're going to have to set everybody's alarms. I don't know. Have you had a good few days now? What did we talk about Friday? Because I had you do an exercise about being present, staying conscious in your thoughts all weekend. I really worked on that. I worked on recognizing when I wasn't thinking on purpose. It was really quite amazing to recognize it. And I know at one point I was thinking to myself, where are all these thoughts coming from? The thoughts that I don't think on purpose, the thoughts that just come, where are they coming from? Who's thinking those thoughts? Have you ever thought about that? I'm just curious. Who's thinking the thoughts you're not thinking on purpose? And where are they coming from? And why are they there? Is that even anything we need to know about? Or is our job here really to figure out how to think consciously? And maybe those are just old souls, old voices, just replay. It's just stuff going on in your head. It's like sometimes you just want to shut it off like a radio. Wouldn't it be nice to just shut that off, eh? I just got to shut this fan off. It's bothering me. It's distracting me, actually, is what it was. It was distracting me, the little humming noise. That's much better. Bad habits coming to mind, but they're thoughts, Lynn. They're thoughts that are thinking about, the mosquito bites I got and recognizing that, whoa, I really must not go anywhere without my Benadryl. I definitely am responding and reacting to mosquito bites. I can't find my Benadryl this morning. I need to because it needs more. It's not better. I really react, and that poison is in my body and both of my legs, and they're very itchy. I have to be careful of that. Thoughts you think. I think if we continue reading in our book, Ask and It Is Given, we'll start understanding more about our thoughts. Barbara, Carl, do you guys have this book yet? Hey, Claudia. Look at my camera's working. I updated the rooms. Everything is working as it should. Look at that nice clear picture. I updated the room and the video's still where everything's working. I think they finally got it out of beta, so we seem to be good. Hey, Margaret. Great to see you. We're going to continue on today. We're on chapter 11. With practice, you will become a joyous, deliberate creator. I barely afford to live. Well, you got to change that attitude, Carl. Even if it's true, just saying that I barely afford to live, truth or not, doesn't matter. That truth is keeping you stuck in barely being able to afford to live because you speak about it because of how it feels. It doesn't feel very good when you say it, does it? I'm not picking on you. I just want to help you, Carl, because I care and because I get it. Doesn't feel very good, does it? And do you understand, Carl, that when you think about the fact that you can't even afford $10 to go buy a book, when you're thinking about that, you're not feeling very good. Wouldn't it be nice if you could go buy the book? It is free. You can find the PDF online, Carl. If you go and search on Google, you could find the PDF online, right? I am grateful for everything I have, even when I don't have anything. And that's what I've learned. I've learned that we need to change the way we feel about everything. And so, Carl, I barely afford to live doesn't feel very good. Aren't you grateful that you can afford to live? Aren't you grateful that there's food on your table and a house over your head? That's more than some have. And until you can start getting yourself into that frame of mind of thinking of what you have rather than what you don't, I can barely afford to live. Doesn't sound very good. I'm really grateful I have a house over my head and food on the table. I'm pretty lucky. I'm very fortunate compared to some others. And with that, because I have that, I have my health. And because of my health, I can do things. I have a computer. I have an internet connection. Aren't I fortunate? Because of that, I can do business. I can create money out of thin air. Doesn't that feel better? You kind of getting this, Carl? We can't be stuck in poverty mentality, and that's the problem. We've been raised that way, to be stuck in poverty mentality. The news, the TV, everything is at you all the time, putting you back into poverty mentality. If you don't have what everyone else has, you're poor. So let's start our day with some gratitude. I'm very grateful for the weekend. We had an absolutely wonderful time. I'm grateful for our safe travels there and back. I'm grateful for the fun times we had. I'm even grateful for the mosquito bites, because it's just reminding me that I need to take care of me. I have obviously acquired an allergy to mosquitoes. It's not a good one either. However, that's okay. Claudia says, we were like that for years. I found sales and coupons galore, and that excited me every time I had new savings. That's right. And that's what you have to get excited. Look how much money I saved. We've been putting our loonies and toonies into a jar. Do you guys know what loonies and toonies are? I love to have an American friends on. Do you guys know what loonies and toonies are? I had somebody ask me that one day, so I had to go get pictures. And I asked, no, okay. Carl says, I have $12 left every month. The government pays me small money. I have internet connection from a neighbor. I have rent a car. I have a rental car insurance. I'm thankful and grateful for all. Just money isn't strong. But you're still focused on that, Carl. So I'm just going to ask you one question, Carl. Do you recognize that when you put those words down and tell us how poor you are, it's just keeping you there? Aren't you grateful that you can come here? Aren't you grateful that you have what you have? Because that's what we have to do. We have to change what you think. We have to change the words you use. That's what this book is about. That's what these lessons are about. And it's a process, but you got to work at it. And today's your day. Today's your day you're going to start working at it. So here we go. This is a toonie. I don't know if you can see it very well. There it is, toonie. And a loonie. Okay? So the toonie has like a copper thing in the middle, almost like a penny, right? And then it's silver all around the outside. And they all, every year, they have a different emblem. This one has a polar bear. I don't know if you can see it, but you can't really see it, but there is a polar bear there. And the loonie, believe it or not, has a loon. And they all have loons on the back. Isn't that beautiful? And there are different ones that have come out. So it's spelled loony and toonie. Loony, toonie. There you go. So a loony is worth $1, and a toonie is $2. So we do not have dollar bills or $2 bills. We have coins, and they're fun to set up. Barbara says, I was being negative the past few days. I think more in the now it's hard, but I'm standing strong. Good for you, Barbara. And you know, number one, I did challenge you to be consciously thinking this weekend. And because of that, you recognize that you've been negative. Do you think maybe you're always that way, Barbara, only you're just recognizing it now and going, oh, those are negative thoughts. Those are negative words. Those are things that are not benefiting me. Wow. Do you know how liberating it is to recognize the things that you need to change? Because once you know it, then you just go, whoa, okay, I get it. There's those thoughts again, snap. There's that negative feeling again, snap, get back on your disc. Just to remind yourself, if you have to do it 1,000 times a day, you do it 1,000 times a day. Chapter 11. I'm not sure if we'll get through it. If we don't get through it before meditation, we'll finish it after. With practice, you will become a joyous, deliberate creator. Claudia says, Sarah thought I was going to my brother's house to spend the night, and I didn't. She invited more friends. I slept on the couch, played a meditation, let go, relaxed, and fell asleep. I slept better. Look at that. And so she had some friends over. They were not disruptive, I take it. They kind of respected that you were home. They had fun. You slept. That's pretty cool. Something in so you don't hear them. You got to do what you can, because we can get all wound up inside. It's really easy to do. With practice, you will become a joyous creator. Page 53 of our favorite book. As you can consciously consider the way you feel, you get that? Consciously consider the way you feel. You will get better and better at directing the source energy. And you will become a disciplined, joyous, deliberate creator. Doesn't that sound good? Good for you, Claudia. It can be done. Did you see that? It can be done. So good for you. I love this paragraph. As you consciously consider the way you feel, you'll get better and better at directing the source energy, and you will become a disciplined and joyous, deliberate creator. And with practice, you will be able to achieve a focused control of this creative energy, and like the skilled sculptor, you will take delight in the molding of this energy, which creates worlds, and direct it toward your individual creative endeavors. As you focus creative energy, there are two factors to consider. First, the intensity and speed of the energy. Second, your level of allowing or resisting it. The first factor has to do with the amount of time you've spent considering your desire and to what degree you've become very specific. I mean, that's in Think and Grow Rich, isn't it? So just out of curiosity, Carl. Oh, we lost Carl. Hopefully he gets back in here. Because what I wanted to say is that you have to be specific about what it is you want. And sometimes we're so focused on what we have, we find it hard to distract ourselves to think about what we want, right? In other words, when you have been wanting something for a long time, your summoning power is much greater than if you are thinking about it for the first time today. Also, whenever you have considered it for some time, having experienced contrasts that helped you to become even more specific about it, your desire summons it in an even more powerful way. Once a desire has achieved that sort of power or speed, it's quite easy for you to feel how you are doing with the second factor, the allowing or resisting part of the equation. Carl, before you got booted off here, I was just asking if you spend any time writing down what you want in life. What would you like? Would you like a new car? Would you like your more money in the bank? How much? Would you like a vacation? What would you like? What are those things? What do you dream of? Do you dream? Because that is what really makes all of this happen. Practice, practice, practice. Practicing those things you want. Practicing feeling the feeling of it instead of feeling the feeling of what you already have or don't have. Do you understand that, Carl? Do you get the difference? That what this is all about is helping you to feel better. And you feel better thinking about, by starting to think about the things you're grateful for. And, oh, we lost him again. Must be having an internet challenge. We'll continue on. We're on page 54. When you're thinking about something that you've been wanting for a very long time, and in this moment, you're noticing that it hasn't happened yet, a very strong negative emotion would be present within you. For you're thinking about something that has a very strong energy that you are not in vibrational alignment with. However, if you're thinking about something that you've been wanting for a very long time, and you're imagining that it's happening, then your attention would be one of anticipation and eagerness. And so you can tell by the way you feel whether in this moment you're a match to your desire or a match to its absence, whether you are allowing or resisting your desire, or whether you are at this moment helping it or hindering it. I'm not sure what happened there, Carl. It's not about controlling your thoughts. It's about guiding your thoughts. In your highly technologically evolved society, where you have immediate access to almost everything that's happening around your planet, you're bombarded with thoughts and ideas that at times feel invasive to your personal experience. And so, the idea of controlling your thoughts when there are so many other thoughts coming forth seems impossible. It seems instead rather normal to just give your attention to whatever it is in front of you. So do you think, Carl, that it would help for you to start making a list of things you'd like? Those are things we've been talking about here every day, and I really appreciate that you're coming here and you recognize that there may be a few things you need to change in your life. Are you ready to start doing those exercises, Carl? Are you ready to deliberately think? Are you ready to guide your thoughts? Are you ready to do something different? Just curious. Are you ready to take a different direction? To practice different things? Good. Then I can keep picking on you. Yes? Do I have your permission to pick on you as I can? I just want to make sure. I'm going to continue reading. I have this paragraph highlighted very excellently. It says, we are not encouraging you to make an effort to control your thoughts, but instead to make an effort to more or less guide your thoughts. And it's not even so much about guiding your thoughts as it is about reaching for a feeling. Because reaching for the way you would like to feel is an easier way to hold your thoughts in vibrational alignment with that which you believe to be good. So it's all about understanding that you got to change the way you feel. You have to be conscious of how you're feeling. And you have to do what you can to bring yourself up in feeling. Let's read on. The law of attraction is already magnetically attracting and organizing your thoughts. So having an understanding of and deliberately working with the law of attraction is extremely helpful in an effort at guiding your own thoughts. Remember, whenever you give your attention to a thought, that thought immediately becomes activated within you. So the law of attraction immediately responds, which means that other thoughts in vibrational harmony with the thought that you've just activated now join your activated thought, making it a more pronounced, more powerful, and more attractive thought. And as you continue your focus, and as your thoughts expand, that more powerful thought that you've just activated is joined by others like it, and on it goes. It's about guiding your thoughts. So number one, you have to recognize, okay, maybe I'm not that happy-go-lucky person I really could be right now. Maybe I'm thinking about stuff I don't have, or maybe I'm not feeling, maybe I'm thinking about my mosquito bites, which I'm not. They're getting better. I know that. Maybe you're thinking about something you don't have. You need to guide your thoughts into things you want so that you can guide your feelings to feel the feeling of having whatever you want. Do you kind of sort of get that? When your practice thought becomes a dominant thought. That's why we talked about last week spending the 4 days from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday deliberately thinking about your thoughts. Did you think about your thoughts? Did you think about the thoughts you have? Did you consciously think? Did you remember that, oh, you know what? I wasn't really aware of my thoughts, but I'm recognizing the thoughts I was thinking. Sure wasn't thinking those thoughts on purpose. Skin So Soft is like the best mosquito repellent on the planet. I'm not even sure we can get it here anymore. But anyway, Yeah, Skin So Soft really is. I really have to take care in the future. I only have 3 mosquito bites, but if you saw them, they would make you feel terrible. Let's talk back about our dominant thoughts. Whenever you have consistently focused upon a subject, causing a consistent vibrational activation of it within you, it becomes a practiced or dominant thought. And once that begins, things that match it will begin to manifest around your dominant thought. In the same way that your earlier thought was joined by other thoughts that matched it, now things that match your dominant thought will begin to show up in your experience. Have you ever noticed that? That you think of something and you start thinking about it quite a bit, and all of a sudden, let's say you start thinking about someone you know and haven't talked to in a long time, and you're thinking about them. All of a sudden the phone rings and there they are, or you get an email, or you get some kind of communication, or you're thinking about some specific item and there it is. Ever had that happen? Magazine articles, conversations with friends, personal observations, the attraction process will become very apparent. You can make it happen, guys. It doesn't have to happen, by accident that, oh, I must have been thinking about so-and-so. Look at that. I was just thinking about so-and-so and they phoned me. You can think on purpose about so-and-so and connect with them. Once your focused attention has sufficiently activated a dominant vibration within you, things, wanted or unwanted, will begin to make their way into your personal experience. It is the law. So can you see, all of you? I want to know. Hi, Agnes. Welcome. Who else popped in here just recently? Baruch, thank you for coming. Welcome. I want to know if you guys get this part here, that once your focused attention has sufficiently activated a vibration within you, meaning you're thinking a thought long enough that you're feeling the feeling of that thought, things, wanted or unwanted, will start coming to you. So doesn't it make sense if things start appearing in your life that are not what you want? It's because you've been thinking thoughts you don't want to think, consciously or unconsciously. How to effectively become a deliberate creator. I have a big aha at the end of this chapter, so we will make sure we get through this whole chapter. Carl says, good morning, guys. I see you made it. Great. Oh, you're awesome, Carl. All right, remember, and just for those, Baruch and Agnes, we are reading Ask and It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. This is our 3rd time through this amazing book. Remember, before you can effectively benefit from paying attention to your emotions, you must first accept that well-being is the only stream that flows. Do you get that? There is not a flow of evil out there. There is not a flow of stream of bad. There's only a flow of well-being. You can allow it or disallow it, end of. But when you allow it, you are well. And when you disallow it, you are sick. In other words, there is only a stream of wellness, which you are allowing or resisting, and you can tell by the way you feel which you are doing. State of mind are you guys in today? Are you in an allowing frame of mind or a resisting frame of mind? What have you been more of the past week? Do you think you've been more of a resisting mind or an allowing mind? Resisting now, yeah. Isn't it cool to label that, Carl, to be able to say, I can see that I've been resisting that well-being. But you can change it. You can learn to allow. You're supposed to thrive. You're supposed to feel good. You are good. You are loved. And well-being is constantly flowing to you. And if you will allow it, it will manifest in a manner of ways in your experience. Whatever you're giving your attention to is already pulsing an energy vibration. And as you hold your attention upon it, you begin to vibrate as it is vibrating. And each time you focus upon it, and each time you offer the vibration, It feels easier for you to do it the next time, until in time you develop a sort of vibrational proclivity. It's like practicing anything. It can get easier and easier, and with enough focusing on this thought, and therefore practicing this vibration, you form what you call a belief. A belief is only a practiced vibration. In other words, once you've practiced a thought long enough, then anytime you approach the subject of that thought, the law of attraction will take you easily into the full vibration of your belief. So now, the law of attraction accepts that belief as your point of attraction and brings to you things that match that vibration. And so you have life experience that matches those thoughts you were pondering, and you conclude, yes, this is truth. And while it may be accurate to call it truth, we would prefer to call it attraction or creation. Remember, it's only true because you're giving your attention to it. I have this outlined. Anything you give your attention to will become your truth. The law of attraction says that it must. Your life, and everyone else's too, is but a reflection of the predominance of your thoughts. There is no exception to this. You are where you are at this moment in time because of the thoughts you've been thinking till now. Do you get that? 100%. I want to know, do you really? I mean, you may not, you might still have some, like, yeah, I get it. Haven't quite mastered it yet, but I get it 100%, that I'm here where I am because of the thoughts I've thought until now. Some people really don't buy that. I have one friend that used to come to Morning Motivator, and because of that one statement, they don't come anymore. Because they don't believe that they're responsible for the life they're living right now. They don't believe that they're responsible, if you want to call it that, or that they created all the adversity in their lives. They don't get that. And stopped coming because they didn't believe that. Isn't that funny? But you all do, right? Or at least Lynn and Claudia do. How about the rest of you? I really want to know. Do you believe you are where you are because of the thoughts you've thought until now? Sometimes you have to get forceful with people, Claudia. You are where you are because of the thoughts you've been thinking until now. How does that feel, Baruch? Agnes? Margaret? I know Dawn feels it. You are where you are right now because of the thoughts you've been thinking till now. Does that resonate with you, Margaret? Do you get that? Agnes, Baruch, I would love to hear your opinions because you guys are so new here. We're going to go into some meditation right away. And then we'll finish this chapter, okay? There's only a page and a bit, so we'll finish this chapter after our break. We're going to meditate for 15 minutes. So we go into a guided meditation now. Does anyone have a preference today? We have 2 guided meditations. We have 4 meditations with Abraham and Esther, and we have 3 meditations with Lori Granger. The 4 meditations with Abraham are the general, physical, relationships, and money. And with Lori Granger, we have let go, sitting with breath, and being present. Yeah, Claudia, you did let go last night. Good for you, Claudia. And sometimes it's hard to let go, and we need help. So Margaret would like us to do some Esther today. So if we're going to do Esther, we have general well-being, physical well-being, relationship well-being, and money well-being. Pick one. Anybody want to pick one? We have general, physical, relationships, and money. General, physical, they're both pretty basic. I kind of like the idea of doing a general one, but Agnes has even asked for physical. So let's give the newbie, Agnes, we're so excited you're here. I hope you don't mind me calling you a newbie. But we're gonna give you the choice today. So we're gonna listen to Esther and Abraham, our physical meditation. This takes, oops, hang on, about 15 minutes. Now what I want to remind you is that with the Esther videos, it's all about the breathing. And so there's a beat to the music, an 8-beat, whatever. I'm not a music person. And you're going to breathe to 3 beats to inhale, 5 beats to exhale. 3 beats to inhale, 5 beats to exhale. Don't worry about the words. Don't worry about your thoughts at this point. Sit back, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, allow Esther's words to flow. Every once in a while she'll remind you to breathe in.
It is nice to have an opportunity to visit with you for the purpose of tuning to your natural rhythm of well-being. Breathe in, breathe out. Your intelligent body is comprised of trillions of cells, seeking and finding alignment and balance at all times. Breathe in, breathe out. There is no greater advantage that you could offer to your body than this gentle releasing of resistance right now. Your natural state is one of absolute well-being, and in the absence of resistance, your physical body must thrive. Breathe in, breathe out. By deliberately focusing upon good-feeling thoughts, you allow your physical cells to return to their natural balance. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing deeply is the key, softly hearing our words and allowing gentle alignment with the energy of your source. Breathe in, breathe out. The cells of your body are guided by Source and have the ability to find their balance no matter what, every time. You will not only find recovery from unwanted conditions, but a steady maintaining of well-being will ensue. Breathe in, breathe out. As you listen and breathe and release and relax, the maintaining of a good feeling body will come easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Even unwanted conditions that have been with you for a while will gradually diminish until they no longer exist. Breathe in, breathe out. By releasing resistance a little more every day, you will feel the power that creates worlds flowing through you. Just breathing and listening, not to make something happen, but for the pleasure and comfort of alignment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your physical body will respond very quickly to the absence of resistance that you are feeling now while you breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. There is no physical body, no matter what the condition, that cannot return to its natural state of well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. These words that you are hearing are not about your body, but about your allowing and your alignment of Source. Your body is a reflection of the balance of your thought, and this release of resistance will produce positive change. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beginning with the cells of your physical body, physical improvement will sweep through you at every level. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are a vibrational being with non-physical roots, and your body is an extension of that non-physical source. Breathe in. Breathe out. We offer these words so as you listen and breathe, you will tune to your frequency of natural well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you take the time to find vibrational balance, your physical well-being will be easy to maintain. Breathe in. Breathe out. From your place of alignment, beneficial behavior will be inspired, and wonderful things will unfold with great ease. Breathe in. Breathe out. The more ease you feel, the less resistance you hold, and the more the cells of your body can find their balance. Breathe in. Breathe out. This process of breathing and allowing makes it possible to get from wherever you are to wherever you desire. As you breathe and release resistance, you tune your vibrational frequency to that of your source and to personal thriving. Breathe in. Breathe out. It is natural for you to feel good and for you to be well and for you to experience perfect bodily conditions. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are becoming a vibrational match to well-being, and your body will show you the evidence of that. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you listen and breathe, with every day that passes, your alignment with well-being will become stronger. As you acknowledge these words in an atmosphere of no resistance, you will fuel clarity and vitality and well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your body responds primarily to the content of your thoughts. And right here, right now, your body is benefiting. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your life is supposed to feel good to you, and you are meant to feel happiness in your life, and you are meant to satisfy your dreams. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are doing extremely well. Physical well-being is flowing to you. Relax and enjoy the unfolding. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel appreciation for what is and eagerness for what is coming. There is great love here for you. Breathe in. For the next few minutes, letting the music guide you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. There is great love here for you.
How'd that feel? Carl, Baruch, Margaret, Lynn, Claudia, Barbara. Felt good, huh? Yeah. Did you get the rhythm of the breathing? Agnes and Baruch were able to get into that rhythm of the breathing. It's pretty amazing. Still so good. Now, the challenge is to stay feeling good. Somehow throughout the day, we allow life to get in the way. We allow memories, we allow our thoughts to start going off on their own. And it's a challenge to think deliberately all day, isn't it? Would you guys agree it's a challenge? It's a challenge to be thinking deliberately, consciously all day. It's a challenge. Because we're doing things. I mean, I'm on here, I do my marketing, and when I'm doing my marketing, I'm certainly not thinking about a whole lot. However, every once in a while I clue in and think, but I could be thinking on purpose. And I direct my thoughts. I guide my thoughts. I just look at different things. I change the way I'm thinking. I check in. And I'm going to recommend that you guys do that this week, that you check in throughout the day. In fact, I'm going to ask you to practice that today and check in tomorrow. I want you to check in throughout the day. How am I feeling? How am I feeling right now? I feel pretty amazing. I have lots of, I have to do something about my chair. My desk chair isn't working for me. I'm not sitting in it properly. And because it has arms, it responds differently, and I'm not sitting at my desk properly. I recognize that. So I just need to change that. And then what's happening in my body will adjust itself. I have these mosquito bites that I'm dealing with, and I'm trying to figure out why I have all of a sudden, why my body has decided to respond to mosquito bites. It's really nasty, and I can feel they're quite warm today. If you saw it, you would just go, whoa. So I don't know, mosquitoes have it in for me right now. It's okay, we'll figure it out. It's just an allergic reaction that's not causing me anything other than a little bit itchy. Claudia says, I've been reading Al-Anon, and turns out it's more for me than an alcohol. Well, that's exactly right. That's what we're talking about. Yep, Al-Anon is for you, Claudia. It's to help you in the situation. And so, Carl, are you starting to understand the difference between allowing and resisting, and that it's just, you got to let go. You got to let go of anything and everything that you're thinking. It's only a reality because you thought it so. Oh, really? I thought you had gone there before and read about that. Well, I'm glad that you discovered it, Claudia. It will help you. Okay? Have you made a decision to direct your thoughts? Let's see if we can finish this up today. Have you made a decision to direct your thoughts? I'm just going to ask everybody. Have you made a decision to direct your thoughts? I know Claudia has. Barbara has. Yeah, you make a decision to direct your thoughts. You have to be aware when you're thinking the wrong way, when you're thinking about what's wrong rather than being, solution driven, I guess is one way to put it. To be the deliberate creator of your own experience, you will be the one who has decided to direct your thoughts. For only when you deliberately choose the direction of your thoughts can you deliberately affect your own point of attraction. Okay? It can be a struggle only because we're so used to the habits, Claudia. That's all. We're used to those habits. Creating new habits takes time. So we just have to recognize it's a challenge. I do have a challenge, and that's okay. Enjoy the journey. Are you enjoying the change, Claudia? Do you enjoy it when you get a little aha moment, when you go, oh my God, I get that. Oh my God, look at that. Isn't that awesome? I'm moving forward. All right. You cannot continue to discuss. Okay, listen up. Everybody listening up. You cannot continue to discuss, observe, and believe things in the same way you always have and make changes in your point of attraction anymore, as we mentioned previously. Then you can set your radio dial to 6:30 a.m. and receive the broadcast from 101 FM. Your vibrational frequencies have to match. You get that? If you continue to talk about what you don't have, I only have so much money, you know, I'm on Social Security, and at the end of the month there's only this much left, and that's all I have, and the government's got me stymied. I can't do anything about that. I have some limitations. I do have a few limitations. And oh my goodness, my wonderful husband found my allergy pills. I have some limitations with what I have, and I know, I'm confident that if I change the way I look at that, things around me will begin to change. I recognize I have limitations right now, and I recognize I can affect those limitations. How's that sound, Carl? Can you see the difference? It's okay to recognize this is where I am, but you don't want to stay stuck on where I am, and you don't want to talk about where you are. You want to talk about where you want to be. The challenge is not feeling like you feel being stuck here. You have to feel like you feel attracting everything else. Because while you're stuck here, you're just going to stay stuck there. And I know you're doing a great job, Carl. I applaud you for coming here and being dedicated to this. You're going to go far. All right. Every emotion that you feel is about your alignment or misalignment with the energy of your source. Your emotions are your indicators of the vibrational variance between your physical being and your inner being. When you pay attention to those emotions and try to focus on good feeling thoughts, you are then using your emotional guidance system in the way that you intended when you decided to come into this physical body. When you pay attention to those emotions and you try to focus on good feeling thoughts. You get that? Yes, and being so open, that's right, Claudia. Being open to letting the message come in. Being open to letting us all recognize when you're typing things that are sending you in the wrong direction and helping you to see them. That's the whole key here. I want you all to be open. Your emotional guidance system is the key to helping you understand what your vibrational content is, and therefore exactly what your current point of attraction is. Distinguishing between the actual thought of what you want compared to the thought of its absence is sometimes difficult. But distinguishing between your emotional response to the thought of your desire and your emotional response to your thought of the absence of your desire is a very easy thing to do. Because when you are fully focused upon your desire and your vibrational offering purely reflects that, you feel wonderful. And when you focus upon the absence of something that you truly want, you feel awful. Your emotions are always let you know what you are doing with your vibration. Your emotions always let you know exactly what your point of attraction is. And so, by paying attention to your emotions and by deliberately offering thoughts that affect the way you feel, you can consciously guide yourself into the vibrational frequency that will allow the fulfillment of any desire that you hold. Carl says, I've been so far over the edge, thought couldn't find my way back. Hurt is hard to deal with, so I can't let that affect me. I must vibrate at a higher level. Well, and you do that by doing the little things, Carl. Well, you know what? They hurt if you allow them to hurt, and because you haven't found that inner feeling yet, right? I mean, it does hurt. Don't get me wrong. Loss hurts. When you lose someone, it hurts. But it's up to you to get back to that happy feeling again and recognize that, you know, there's still lots of great stuff out there, man. All right, one more bit here. I got a big aha here. Well, and you know, for me, Carl, it's about doing the exercises to get you out of that state of emotion. Let the emotions out, recognize them. It's okay to feel this way, but not too long. That's the key. You can't stay stuck there too long. All right? Because your happiness, this is the key here, your happiness, the way you feel, does not, should not ever rely on someone else. You need to be this happy, stable person all by yourself. It doesn't mean you won't feel sadness. It doesn't mean you won't be hurt. It simply means that you'll get through that much faster because you need to find that glue inside of you. Can you accept yourself as a vibrational being? Big question. Do you get that? You are a vibrational being. Most of our physical friends are unaccustomed to viewing their lives in terms of vibrations, and they are certainly not accustomed to thinking of themselves as radio transmitters and receivers. But you do live in a vibrational universe, and you are more energy, vibration, and electricity than you realize. Once you allow this new orientation and begin to accept yourself as a vibrational being who attracts all the things that come into your experience, then you will begin the delicious journey into deliberate creation. Once you begin to understand the correlation between what you are thinking, what you are feeling, and what you are receiving, now you have it. Now you hold all the keys that are necessary to get from wherever you are to wherever you want to be on all subjects. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of that sentence. Once you begin to understand the correlation between what you are thinking, what you are feeling, and what you are receiving, now you have it. Now you hold the keys. So do you recognize, if we allow ourselves, I mean, we get hurt, that happens. If we allow ourselves to get hurt and stay there and focus on that hurt and woe is me, oh my God, I hurt so much. I mean, I have a friend that's still stuck on that hurt 8 years later. It's not doing her any good. It's attracting a lot of stuff in her life that's not good. And we appreciate the hurt, but there's a different way to live. And you can get through that hurt if you choose to. And you have to understand there is a better way. You have to understand there's a better way to feel, there's a better way to think. And when you connect the two, magic happens. Here's today's affirmation, and then we'll finish up. There is no beginning and no end, only a constant cycling and recycling of substance and experiences. Life is never static or stale, for each moment is ever new and fresh. No screen. Let me go back there, and let me go back here. Are we there now? Do we have a screen? All right. There is no beginning and no end, only a constant cycling and recycling of substance and experiences. Life is never static or stale, for each moment is ever new and fresh. And I'm going to encourage you to keep this moment new and fresh. We'll meet here tomorrow. We're going to talk about your emotional set points are within your control. You can move up that scale. We know you can. Everyone here knows you can. We all know that. We know that, and we're going to work towards that. You guys are awesome. Thank you for taking time to be here. Thank you for making it important. Thank you for working on you and helping you become a better you, because that's what this is all about, helping you to relax into your life, to enjoy the blessings you have, because you all have them. Number one, you woke up breathing this morning. Yay, you got another day to do it all over again and get it righter. Number two, you've got an internet connection and a computer. Yay! You got to be the Morning Motivator. Number three, you came to Morning Motivator. How amazing are you? You are so amazing. Because without all of you, I would not feel this energy I feel. Because together, we are creating magnificence. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Be well. Remember, think consciously. Think about